Hello, my name is Emily and I'm one of the instructors for the KidneyFit program. Today we will be doing a body weight resistance training. So we're going to do one set, level 1, and then our second set will be level 2. Throughout the entire workout I will be showing you how to do the exercises properly with proper technique and form, as well as giving you tips and tricks on how to properly execute the exercises. For your safety, we do recommend that you do get the okay just from your doctor before partaking in any sort of physical activity. And that being said, if you do engage in the physical activity, if you're experiencing any sort of pain or discomfort in joints or muscles, do stop that particular exercise and you can join in on the next exercise if you're feeling up to it. Okay, so just again to reiterate, we are doing a full body weight resistance training program today. So the first exercise we're going to do today is the seated heel tap. So we're going to be seated in a chair here. You can come up to your sit bones, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 reps. So repetition is just one rep of the exercise, and then a set would be the total exercise that we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to do 10 reps, take a bit of a break, and then move into the next exercise. Okay, so we're going to start off with our seated heel tap here. So again, up nice and high on your sit bones, and then we're going to do the seated heel tap. So we're going to tap our heel and come back. Okay, so we're going to do 10 reps per side, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Okay, so we're going to start off with our right leg. So again, nice and high on those sit bones, and here we go in 3, 2, 1, seated heel tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. You'll feel it right in through your glutes, down a little bit into your quads as well. We're going to shift over to our opposite side now. So I'm going to do the left side, same thing. We're going to do those 10 reps, okay? In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Tapping it out, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost there, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Perfect. So in between each exercise, we always recommend that you rest for about a minute to 90 seconds. For this purpose of the video, you can pause here if you need a little bit longer for your rest, but we're just going to transition right into the next exercise, which is leg extensions. So here what you're going to do is you're going to actually come to the back of your chair. So you have the back support of your chair supporting your low back and mid back. And from here, you're going to actually extend the leg out. Okay, so these are called leg extensions. Again, we're working our quads, building up strength and through our lower body. We're going to do the 10 reps and then take a few seconds and transition into our left leg. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Leg extension up and down. That's 1. That's 2, extending up. Good. 3, nice and controlled through these movements. 4, that's 5, 6, 7, we have 3 more left. 8, 9, last one here, and 10. Perfect. All right, we're going to transition into the opposite leg now. So I'm going to do the leg extensions on my left leg. We're going to get started. Another 10 reps here in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Full extension of that leg. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Good. All right, we're still keeping on that lower body. We're going to transition into a seated calf raise. So here we're going to come forward onto our sit bones again, and our feet are going to be underneath our knees. And from here, we're actually going to strengthen our calves. We're gonna lift our heels off the ground using the force of our toes, and we're coming back down. We're gonna do 10 reps of these seated calf raises. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, here we go, 10 reps. That's 1. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one here, and 10. Perfect. All right, we're moving into upper body now, so we're gonna transition into a wall push-up. I'm just gonna go ahead and get set up and find a wall to do the wall push-ups on. So I found my wall. So now we're gonna get started with our wall push-ups. So you want your hands just underneath your shoulders, and you want your feet fairly close to the wall for this level 1 exercise, okay? So my hands are gonna fall right here. From this position here, you're just gonna bend your elbows into the wall. You're gonna get nice and close to that wall, and then you're just gonna push up, okay? So it's gonna look like this. We're coming down, and then we're pushing back up. So we're gonna do that for 10 reps. In 3, 2, 1, here we go, we're pushing down. And then we're coming back up, that's 1. Pushing down, and coming back up, that's 2. 3, remember to breathe for these exercises, coming down. 4, 5, that's halfway. 6, almost there. 7, we just have 3 more. 8, 2 more left. 9, last one, here we go. And 10, perfect, good job. So our next exercise we're gonna do is the lateral raise. So this is going to be another upper body exercise. So here, again, you can come to the front of your chair. You can get nice and high up on those sit bones. Your knees are gonna be above your feet. From here, you can relax those shoulders, so drop those shoulders down. And what we're actually gonna do is our palms are gonna be facing in, and we're gonna extend up. We wanna make sure we're parallel with our shoulders. We're not going too high. We're nice and parallel with our shoulders. That's gonna be a lateral raise. There's gonna be a slight bend in your elbows, and then you're coming back down. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 reps of that. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Lateral raise, nice and parallel, that's 1. That's 2, 3, good. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, last one, and 10. Good. All right. So keeping up with that upper body, we're going to transition into our bicep curl. So I'm going to demonstrate what that's going to look like. So for the bicep curl, your palms are actually going to be facing forward. You can curl in your hands here. And what you want to make sure that you're doing is you keep your elbows nice and static. So they're not coming into your core. You're not relying on your core for that additional strength. So you're kind of keeping those elbows slightly bent, and you're curling in for 10. Okay, and then nice and controlled on the way down. So it's not curling in and then just dropping your arms down. You want to make sure that it's nice and controlled and even tempo in both directions. Okay, so we got 10 reps in 3, 2, 1. We're curling in. That's 1. That's 2. Remember to breathe through this. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Perfect. All right, so we're done our upper body and our lower body, but we haven't done our core yet. So this is going to be our final exercise for set number 1 before we transition into set number 2. So for this exercise, I'm just going to turn my chair slightly so you can kind of see the form and the technique here. So what we want to do when we're doing the seated V-sit is we're going to have our knees directly above our feet, and we're going to be up nice and high on our sit bones. You'll see that I'm not relying on the back of my chair for this exercise. And what you can do is you can hold on to the chair if you feel like you need additional balance and things like that. Okay, and so from here, we're going to do 10 reps, and we're going to slowly come down. We want to make sure that our back is still nice and flat, but you'll already be able to feel your core is engaged here. Okay, what we don't want is for your body to kind of collapse in on itself and for your spine to arch or curve itself so much. Okay, so we want to make sure that our spine is nice and neutral, we're nice and flat, our core is engaged, and then we're coming back up to that seated position. Okay, so we're leaning back slightly, core is engaged, and we're coming forwards again. So we got 10 reps in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Going down, and we're coming back up into that seated position. That's going to be 1. Down. That's 2. Going down. And we're coming back up. That's 3. You might feel a little bit in your hip flexors. Those are stabilizing the rest of your body. That's 4. But you should mostly feel it in your core here. That's 5. Halfway there. 6, 7, 3 more, almost there. 8, 9, last one here. And 10, perfect. All right, I'm just gonna change my chair here. So that concludes set number 1. We're going to get ready for set number 2, which is going to be a slightly more difficult version of set number 1. All right, we're going to get started with set number 2, which, like I mentioned earlier, is just a little bit more difficult version of set number 1. So if you found that set number 1 was difficult enough for you, you can stay with that similar set. So if you want, you can replay the previous couple minutes of this video. If not, if you want to continue on to set number 2, then you can do that as well. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do is march. So it's a more difficult variation of our seated heel taps, which was that exercise there. So here what we're going to do is we're going to get up on our sit bones again, and this time we're going to pick up our feet. Okay, so we're actually going to alternate between right and left, kind of marching in place here. Again, we're doing that 10 reps. Going to rest and then transition into the next exercise. Okay, so we'll get started here in 3, 2, 1. We got 10 marching in place, alternating the legs. That's 1. 2, 3. You're going to feel it in your hip flexors. 4. Going to feel it in your quads. 5. All lower body. 6. Good. 7, 8, try to keep that neutral spine intact so you're not crunching in. 9, and 10. All right, perfect. So that was the marching in place. We're going to transition in next to our sit to stand. So the alternative to this exercise would have been those leg extensions where we had our back to the chair and we were doing those leg extensions here. So the alternative for level 2 will be a sit to stand. So we're actually going to shift our weight up again to the front of the chair, up nice and high on our sit bones. Our knees are going to be directly above our feet. And what we're actually going to do here, it's in the name, is we're going to transition our weight. So you'll feel a shift in weight. You'll kind of want to come up on the balls of your feet here, and then you're just coming into that standing position. Okay, so if you want, you can squeeze your glutes at the top, stand nice and tall. And then when you're coming back down, you're just, if you need to reach for that chair, that's okay. But I can just grab a seat and then continue on. Okay, so we got 10 more reps here in 3, 2, 1. Hinging at the hips, shifting our weight into the balls of our feet, and we're coming up. That's 1. 2. 3, squeezing your glutes at the top. 4, 5, we're over halfway there. 6, 7, 3 more. 8, 9, last one, here we go. And 10. Perfect. All right, so you can take a bit of a rest period here. Our next exercise is going to be a standing calf raise. So our level 1, the set that we did before that was the seated calf raise. So we were here in our seated position and we were doing those calf raises as such. Now we're going to transition into our standing calf raise. So you can have your feet about shoulder width apart. If you need to hold on to a counter or a chair to keep your balance, that's okay, you can do that. And then from here, we're just gonna come up onto our toes, our heels are gonna leave the floor, and we're coming back down for 10, okay? We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, 10 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 more, 7, 8, 9, last one here, and 10. Perfect. If you need to shake out the calves, if they're feeling a little tight, you can shake those out. And then we're going to transition into our wall push-up. So it's going to be a level 2 version of the wall push-up, so I'm just going to go ahead and find a wall now. So I found my wall again. So now we're going to transition into the level 2, set number 2. So the biggest difference between set number 1 and set number 2 is just the distance of your feet from the wall. Okay, so again, we're going to have our hands just below our shoulder height here. So wherever that is along the wall for you. And then level 1, we had our feet fairly close when we were going down. For level 2, if you're feeling comfortable, you can take a step back. Okay, so you can see I'm just increasing the distance from my body to the wall. It's going to be a little bit more difficult here, a little bit more challenging. Okay, and again, we're going to do our 10 reps. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. We're coming down and we're pushing back up. That's 1. Down, pushing up, that's 2. Down, pushing up, 3. Down, pushing up, 4. Down, pushing up, 5. Down, that's 6. We have 4 more. Here we go. 7, 8, just 2 more. That's it. 9 and 10. Perfect job. Perfect. So our next exercise is going to be a lateral raise, but this time we're going to pause and slowly lower our arms. So this can be done in a seated position or a standing position. So I'm going to remain seated for this next exercise. So if you remember from our set number 1, level 1, our lateral raise, our palms are facing into our body, and then we're raising out to the side. Remember, we're not lifting our arms above our shoulders. They're staying in a nice parallel line. We have a slight bend in our elbows. Okay, so the difference between level 1 and level 2, level 1, we're just coming into that lateral raise. Level 2, what we're going to do is we're going to lateral raise and hold, and then slowly lower down. Okay, so we're really going to exaggerate that lowering of the arms. And we're going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're going up, hold, and slowly lower. That's 1. Lateral raise up, hold, and slowly lower. Good. Up, hold, and slowly lower. That's going to be 3. Raising up, hold, and slowly lower. 4. Up, we're holding, and slowly lower. That's 5. Raising up, holding, slowly lowering. That's going to be 6, almost there. Holding, slowly lowering. 7, you're going to start to feel it now. Holding, slowly lowering. That's 8. 2 more, that's it. Up, hold, slowly lower. That's 9. Last one, here we go. Raising up, we're holding, and slowly lowering. Good. All right, so that completes our lateral raise with pauses. Next, we're going to move back into those bicep curls. So if you remember from set number 1, level 1, for a bicep curl, our palms are facing out, and then we're curling our hands in, making sure our elbows aren't digging into the sides of our body. We're going to have our elbows nice and static, and we were curling in here. We also want to ensure that our arms aren't coming up like this. Okay, so our elbows are out to the side, but they're not digging in. Okay, so the difference here is we're going to pause midway through for the level 2, and then we're coming back down. So similar to the lateral raise with pause, we're going to move that into the bicep curl. Okay, so here we go, 10 reps in 3, 2, 1. We're curling in, holding, and slowly lowering back down. That's 1. Good. Curling in, pausing midway, and slowly lowering down. That's 2. Good. Curling in, pausing, and slowly lowering. That's 3. Curling in, pausing, slowly lowering. 4. Curling in, and slowly lowering. 5. Halfway. Curling in. Good. And releasing. That's 6. Curling in, pausing. That's 7. We have 3 more. That's it. Curling in, pausing, and releasing. That's 8. 2 more. Curling in, releasing. 9. Last one. Here we go. Curling in, hold, and 10. All right. Good job. Okay, so we're done our lower body, we're done our upper body, so we got to finish off with that core. So again, I'm just going to shift my chair to the side so you can see what's going on. So if you remember from set 1, level 1, we were sitting nice and high on our sit bones, our spine was in that nice neutral position, we weren't curved forward or hyperextended back, so we're nice and neutral. From here, you want to remember to bring in your belly button to your back. If you're experiencing any pain in your low back, then take a break and kind of reassess your form and your technique, okay? So remember what I said about keeping that neutral spine. So if you're feeling it in your back, there's something else going on, okay? So for level 1, what we were doing were the V-sit sit-ups. So we were leaning back, keeping that neutral spine, engaging that core, not experiencing any pain or discomfort in the back. And then we are coming back up. This time, the difference will be that we're gonna hold, similar to our lateral raise and to our bicep curl, we're gonna hold for about 3 seconds in this position here, and then we're coming back up. Okay, so again, we're gonna do those 10 reps. So we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. V-sit, hold. Remember to breathe, and coming back up. That's 1. And again, if you need to hold on to the chair, you can do that also. Here we go. We're going back, we're holding, and we're coming up. That's 2. V-sit, holding. That's 3. Good. V-sit, holding that core nice and tight. 4. Going down, holding. That's 5. Good. We're over halfway. Going down, holding, coming back up. That's 6. Going down, holding, 7, good. Remember to reassess. If you start to get more tired, you might feel it in your back, so take a break. Come back in when you're feeling ready. Here we go. Going back. Holding. And coming back up. That's 8. We got 2 more. That's it. Here we go. Going back. Holding and coming back up. That's 9. Last one. Here we are. Going back. Holding. And 10. Perfect. All right, so that concludes our resistance training. Thank you so much for joining me today. We do have other videos available at www.kidneyhealth.ca, so you can check out our stretch classes, our balance classes. We also have a chair yoga. My name is Emily. I hope you enjoyed the workout. Take care. Bye.